Let's start on the mat in a seated position, with legs bent and hands underneath the knees. Engage the core, take the feet off the floor, and then bring the arms out straight, balancing on your sit bones. We're going to repeat this exercise 4 times. It's important to eliminate any rounding of the spine and make sure that your upper body always stays upright. This truly is a really wonderful exercise for not only the deep hip flexors but also for the core. Feel free to rest your feet on the floor between each repetition and make sure that your head and neck is in a comfortable and natural position. We're going to need a yoga block for the next exercise. I want you to lie down and place the yoga block underneath your sacrum. This is the flat bone part of your vertebrae above your tailbone. Now bend one leg in and squeeze it tightly towards your chest. Draw the navel in and subtly engage the abs as you push down with the opposite extended leg. We're going to repeat this 3 to 4 times on each leg. Each time you do this, I want you to focus on straightening the extended leg as much as you can. This is a push and pulling action, pulling the top leg in and pushing the other down. The more that you do these 2 actions together, the more you will feel it in the deep hip flexor. Be sure to keep the hips square and the lower belly strong. You may feel more engagement each time that you do this exercise, as your body starts to understand it more. To get the best results for any exercise, you need consistency and repetition. Eventually, you might want to place your sacrum under more than one block, maybe 1, 2, or 3. The next exercise requires a resistance band. Let's go ahead and take our band, looping it around the soles of our feet. Now you want to feel a resistance, so you may need to loop the band around a couple of times. Lie back and bring the legs up. Open the feet to test the strength of your band. As you lie on the floor, place your hands under your back. This tests that you're not overextended in the lumbar spine. Now go ahead and flex both feet, bend one in towards the chest as you lengthen and stabilize down through the other one. Feel that strengthening of the front thigh as you repeat this exercise roughly 10 times on each leg. Keep your core engaged and your legs active throughout this exercise for best results. Please stay mindful of your positioning, making sure that your hips stay square and that your leg is not opening laterally. One side may feel weaker than the other. This is an indication that you may have muscle imbalance, and that one side of your body is dominating, and this is common. You may want to do a few extra repetitions on your weaker side. As this exercise becomes more familiar, you might want to use a more resistant band to make it more challenging. You can remove the band now. So we're going to come into a 90-degree lunge. In order to feel a deep stretch, you must make sure that your alignment is correct. So let's come up in our lunge and make sure that you are upright and that both of your knees are at 90 degrees. Now I want you to focus hard on tucking the pelvis and lengthening through the back. Notice how the stretch intensifies when you curl your back foot under. Bring your opposite arm up and over to increase the stretch. Make sure that your hips stay square and that your chest remains open. I recommend repeating this as many times as feels necessary, and try to hold for a minimum of 40 seconds each time. You may want to place both hands on your knee and focus on pulling back to deepen the sensation. If you're feeling a stretch down the front of your torso and into the front thigh, then you know you have hit the right spot. If you find this too uncomfortable or strong, try and direct your breath towards the tension and notice how things become more manageable. Taking away the back arch in this lunge variation allows you to isolate the stretch and target only the deep psoas muscle. So we're going to go ahead and do another lunge variation. You're going to need 2 blocks. And you're going to place the blocks on either side of your front foot. Make sure that your foot is stacked directly above your knee. Hold onto the blocks. From here you're going to tuck the back foot. Inhale, raise the knee off the floor, extend through the back leg. And then exhale, placing the knee down. You're going to repeat this activation up to 5 times. Each time trying to lengthen out through the back leg even more. It's important that we keep both hip bones symmetrical and that our alignment is square. Square hips and square your shoulders in this exercise. You can go ahead and change the leg now. Tucking the back foot and then lengthening out through the back leg. Notice how with each repetition it becomes more easy to fully extend the leg. We're now going to move on to the final exercise. It's the last exercise, but certainly not the least. I'm going to get you to place a block underneath your knee and lunge with your back foot tucked into the wall. Tucking the back foot will help to deepen the stretch. Focus on lengthening through the upper body as you raise your arms straight up towards the ceiling, making sure that shoulders are away from the ears, lower belly is in, and the chest is open. Allow the hip flexor to drop down. From here, you're going to move your butt back towards the heel, reposition the front foot, hands onto the wall, and lengthen out through the back. Remove any curve from your back and notice how much deeper the stretch feels when you do this. Try your best to relax and breathe and center yourself. Notice how the thigh softens with each exhalation. Let's go ahead and do the other side. If this is your tighter side, be sure to hold yourself in the exercise for a little bit longer to open the hips up more. It's not unusual for emotion to be released during hip stretches. You may feel moments of frustration or even sadness as you sink deeper and hold the position for longer. Just know that after the release of heavy emotions, you will feel lighter and more energized. Now bringing the bum back towards the heel, palms to the wall. Elongate the spine. It can be a good idea to close your eyes in any of these stretches to make them more manageable and to focus your energy inward. Sometimes you can get a lot deeper when you close out all distractions.